Here's how to get the Crimson Key in Terraria. Now, to get the Crimson Key in Terraria, there are two things that you must consider before trying to do it. Now, the first is that you must be in hard mode, so you must have defeated the Wall of Flesh in your world. Monsters and enemies will not drop any of the biome keys if you are not in hard mode. The other thing is that you must be in the biome of the key you want. So for today's video, we're looking at the Crimson Key, so you must be in the Crimson biome. If your world doesn't have a Crimson biome, you will have to make a new world, fight the Wall of Flesh, and make sure that that world has Crimson. You can choose for the world to spawn in with Crimson. And then what you want to do is you want to dig out a super flat area in the Crimson that covers from screen to screen. So from the edge of my screen on the left to the edge of my screen on the right, it is completely flat. There can be some like hills and floating stuff, but the flatness all the way along just helps the enemies spawn and get to the trap a lot easier. Then what you want to do is you want to build this trap out of any block that you like. Now, it is using any sort of block and placing them diagonally like this, so it will help if you have walls behind. If not, you can just build them up in like a triangular shape like that. That works too. Then what you want to do is you want to use any hammer and break them, like left click, until you turn them into ramps, and they must face the right direction. So as you can see, that is what we're looking for, and you just got to do that along and make a ramp going up. And as you can see what it's doing, it's causing all of these enemies to get stuck in here. Now, it must be 7 high, for I believe, for all the enemies to stay stuck. Then you just want to dig out a little area underneath, which is separated by 1 block, so you can sit down here. Then what you want to do is you want to use either a summon or fill this up with lava, and they will kill any of the monsters that come for you, allowing you to collect the money and hopefully collect the Crimson Key. So I'm going to fill this one up with lava here. So I'm just going to pop it in. You got to do it at a decent sort of thickness. Something like that should work perfectly fine. So I think that was about 10 lava buckets. And I'm just going to teleport down to here. You can dig down here if you'd like. And then you just got to sit in here. And you'll notice that the monsters will all jump into the lava and die. And then you can just jump up and grab the coins and whatever else. I think you may actually need to make it 1 less tall so that you can actually just collect it automatically, maybe. That may make things a little bit easier. It's not too much of a fuss because the key won't be destroyed. Something like this might work even better. And then what I recommend you do as well is, so I recommend you actually just stand right underneath it like this so you can collect it automatically, just big enough for you to fit in here. But then what I recommend that you do is that you place down a platform and put down a water candle from the dungeon, as they will increase monsters' spawn rates. So you'll have a lot more monsters coming in and dying to your trap. And then you can also drink a battle potion if you have one as well, as they also make it so that monsters spawn more often. And then you can just sit here AFK and let everything just die away on your farm, your trap. Now, the only thing to remember is that the Crimson Key, or any biome key, is a 1 in 2,500 chance. An extremely, extremely low chance. So you must be patient. If you don't have patience, don't even bother trying this. But you just want to sit here, and eventually it will happen. But the water potion, the water candle and the potion will increase the monster spawns. And you can even start events like the Goblin Army or the Pirate Invasion. Anything like that that has a lot of monsters spawning in will actually increase your chances of Crimson Keys. Because as long as the monsters are killed in the biome, they can drop the key. So they do not have to be from the biome, they just have to be in the biome. So as long as you build this in the Crimson, you can start any sort of event, and that will hopefully make getting the keys a bit easier. But it's just a lot of patience. So that's how you get the Crimson Key in Terraria. If this video was helpful, please do leave a like, a comment for the algorithm, and don't subscribe.